Welcome to Recurring Nightmares episode 72. I am Chris, as always, joined by Jeff.
Good evening.
And we have a doubleheader of Stephen King adaptations coming your way. But before we get there, we always kind of talk about the movies we've seen over the last month. There's been some stuff. We've both seen a few things. So, Jeff, what have you been watching?
I've seen so many things like movies and TV and stuff, and so we're not going to get to them all. And I still have not decided what we're going to get to. But there's one movie I really wanted to talk about because I think it's really good. I think people should see it. That, Chris, is called Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. And I don't know if you've heard of this movie or know anything about it
I
whatsoever.
have heard about it. I heard it is a comedy. It's also based on a web series and
Yeah.
a short-lived TV show, maybe?
Yes.
Okay.
That's correct.
So
I think you have the facts correct. Yeah, so there was a web series called Nirvana, the band, the show, and I think it did get picked up by Viceland for it's like in limbo now. I don't think you can really watch the show.
okay.
This movie kind of acts as a series finale for it. I have never seen the show. I had no prior knowledge going in. I don't think you need it. It
My
works just
understanding
fine.
is you don't need it. Like everything I've heard said about it is like just watch it. It's a good time
Yeah,
regardless of your interaction with it beforehand.
yeah. The only thing I had known about this filmmaker Matt Johnson beforehand is he made the movie Blackberry from a few years ago, which was very good. Like it's one of those few like you know corporate biopic movies that I would say like it's really worth checking out.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, this is their new movie, his new movie, and it is kind of like a Borat style movie where like it's filmed kind of guerrilla style on the street, so you'll have reactions from like normal people
Yep.
in the background, but it has even more plot than Borat, and it's about these two guys who they want to have a band and they want to have this band play at this like small club. It's like their dream, and I guess that was the premise of the show as well. I think like the thing I would compare it to, not having seen the show, but just like how like there was Wayne's World, like
Yeah.
it was a bunch of bits on SNL, and then they did a movie. Like this kind of like that.
Okay.
But what's insane about it is like because it has this low budget and this guerrilla style, there's things that they do in it that you're just like, I don't know how they did that. Like, so for so that's like basically all you know about it is it's a fun like buddy comedy and based on a
Yes.
show. Yeah.
That's it.
Well, they accidentally go back in time to 2008, and so it's like a kind of like a time travel comedy, and as it goes on, it becomes more and more basically Back to the Future 4. And there's a part when they go back into 2008 where they sneak into their old apartment and they're interacting with their younger selves, and their younger selves are clearly their younger selves. Like it's not de-aging, it's not some sort of like wizardry or whatever. It's like there's this old footage of them and they're like having conversations about the plot of the movie in this scene, and I'm just like, how the fuck did you do that? And I heard I got this from the film cast, like some interview the director did, and he said, one of my favorite Penn Jillette quotes is like, the reason magic works is because nobody believes that a human would spend that long working on a bit. And so I'm like, did they like literally plan this movie like fucking 15 years ago? And like I don't know. It's just like there's things in it like that where you're just like, wow, like really kind of surpasses your expectations for like the genre that they're working in. Kind of like this is way more than like a Jackass movie, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the movie has it's very funny. I'll give one joke away that I like. So part of how they realize they're in 2008 is that they go in a movie theater and The Hangover is playing, and everyone is like laughing at and like quoting back to the screen like the homophobic jokes that they're doing. And so the one guy's like, "Wait a second, dude, something ain't right here." It's just like the best way to figure out you're back in 2008. And I think as it goes on, like the time travel stuff gets to be really clever. And so like if you're into like zany time travel shit, you're totally gonna dig this.
Yeah.
It's just like really smart like time travel plotting as it goes on. And it's like not what you're expecting when the movie starts, because it just looks like a jackass movie. Um and like the other thing I would say about it is it actually like kind of out of nowhere like almost gut punches you by being like really sweet at times and like like heartwarming. So it's a
Mhm.
big recommend for me. It's like I think it's a must see. I think it's one of the best movies of the year so far.
Nice, nice.
Um,
I will add it to my list.
yeah, I really hope you watch it, and I can't wait to hear like what you think about it. Like it was a movie I like really liked when I saw it, and then like the more I think about it, I'm just like, man, that's like such a crazy feat that they like made a movie that good on such a like guerrilla style and low budget. Like it's just crazy. Um, fuck, man, what else have I seen? All right, and I'll be like a little shorter with some of these. I'll throw like a couple quick ones out. Primate.
Yeah.
I thought it had really good kills, and it had a really awesome like synth score, kind of like John Carpenter sounding.
Yep. Yep.
Dug it. The Housemaid, I fucking love.
Yeah, Housemaid's fun.
I love that genre. Like we did an episode on that genre here with a Sydney Sweeney movie.
Yep, yep.
And I just really enjoyed The Housemaid, and I'm going to try to keep these short. But like what I love the most about Housemaid is there comes a point near the end of the movie where like the movie could just end, and instead it's like no, there's going to be a half hour of comeuppance, and I really enjoyed that where the tables get turned. Um,
Yeah, it's
and
good.
fun twists. I was trying to figure it out. I was like texting you as I was watching it, trying to figure it out, and I was getting closer and closer to figuring out. And then it's like, aha, I see. So yeah, if you like that genre, it's a really good example of it. We don't get a ton of these movies anymore. Although I guess we're gonna get The Housemaid 2 and 3 because I guess it's a series of books,
Yeah,
and this one
it's a
did well.
trilogy of books, so yeah, there's a possibility that, and it did well.
Yeah,
So
they set it up at the end,
yeah.
and I see them doing another one of these, and sign me up. I'm so in.
Yep,
um,
yep.
uh, I guess I'll hold the other movie I saw because I know you've seen it too, and we'll talk about it together.
Okay.
Um, I checked out the first episode of a show on Netflix called "Something Very Bad Is Going to Happen,"
Okay,
which
that's
is
something I thought that was a movie, but
no, it's a series.
so I'm less excited for it now. Something I was gonna I was like, that sounds cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch that. I didn't realize it was a series, but
it's a series, but I think it's an 8 episode limited series. I think it's like a one and done.
okay.
Um, yeah, and I've only seen the first episode because I can't really speak to like how good it actually is. But the first episode definitely like is trying to deliver like a scare a minute. Like pretty much all of them end up being fake outs.
Hmm.
It's like this couple they're about to get married and they're heading to where the wedding's gonna be, and they're like going to the groom. His family has like I think a winter cabin that they go to. It's like fucking baller shit. Like his family's rich, and the first episode is like them trying to get there, and so it's just a bunch of like they're at a rest stop and creepy shit's happening. They stop at a bar, creepy shit's happening, and you're like, everything ends up being like kind of nothing, or maybe it could be something you don't know. But then when you get to his fucking house and his family's like already there, and you start meeting them, and they are all like extremely off-putting. Excuse me. So I think it's going to be like a like once it got into like okay, this is what it's going to be. We're at this house.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's like a get out situation. Like something's up with his family. They're not right. And in the last scene of episode 1, Jennifer Jason Leigh shows up as his mom. So I'm excited to see what they do with her in it. But
Nice.
fun first episode. I just can't make any strong case for it one way or the other, um, based on what I've seen. I do plan to keep watching it.
Maybe I'll check it out as well.
Paradise, which I think you should definitely check out.
Yeah, it's one I was like so I got rid of Paramount Plus this month finally. So I was like trying to finish up a show I was watching on that before
Yeah,
closing that out, and now I can open it back up and watch Paradise.
I don't. I don't think Paradise is like a particularly good show, and like like we've brought this topic up before. Like, what does prestige TV even
Yeah.
mean? And to me, I don't know. When you see it, and this is not prestige TV. It's goofy. It's big, dumb, goofy, and takes wild swings, and it's just like it'll just drop crazy fucking things. We're just like, okay, I guess. But because of that, because it's not even like really trying to be good most of the time, it's pretty entertaining. Like, I don't know how to explain it. And I just like knowing your sensibilities, I just could picture you like really liking the show, because the show kind of mixes action and sci-fi and like really crazy plots, and I just think that I usually see you go for stuff like that, and so I
Yep.
just think you
Yep.
would really like it. You know, I the big spoiler of what the series is about is already known at this point. I think I told you this last year.
Mhm.
It's like the world has ended. Everyone's living in this like fake city in a bunker. It's like there's a fake sky dome and all that shit, right?
Yep.
Season 2, we get out of the bunker a little bit, or quite a bit actually, and see what's going on up on the surface. Um, and in Paradise fashion, there's more twists and turns to come. And by the end of the season, we're dealing with AI and possibly time travel, or
All
possibly
right.
like,
There we go.
yeah,
I'm in.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's so ridiculous. Like, and I'm like, and the thing is, it's pretty popular. Like, there's like a bunch of people at my work that talk about the show,
Y-
including people that don't really watch like as much TV or movies as me,
I
and
wonder
like they
if
all
it's
really
like
dig it.
I wonder, 'cause like Prestige TV also is like I need to watch this, right? Like
Mhm.
and and like this sounds like a show that like hey, I don't need to like sit down and watch it every night or every, I don't know how they released it, but it's like I can just catch it as I catch it and have a good time with it. And like we
Yeah,
used to have TV shows like that.
you
And
know
na-
that's that phrasing is like important, specific. It's a throwback, much like The Pit
yeah.
is a throwback. It's
Hmm.
a throwback, dude. It's a traditional old school TV show,
Yeah.
but it has the budget, and it has it could be R-rated as much as it
Nice.
wants. Um, and yeah, and I guess the one last thing I'll say about season 2 is my favorite storyline in season 2 was about this mailman who like somehow survived the apocalypse, and he's living on the surface. He's living in his post office, and uh, in fact, there's a whole episode called "The Mailman," but his story like extends beyond that, and I really liked what they did with him in that, and yeah, I was like kind of like that arc was my favorite like part of the season. And then
Mhm.
I get to the end, and I'm like, I don't even know what's going on anymore. I'm like, I guess you'll explain to me in season 3 what all this fucking shit is. A year later, when I don't remember anymore what the fuck is going on. So
Or
cool.
or just like old school television, they won't, right? Like Lost never came to a satisfying conclusion, but it
Yeah,
was like it just kind of strung you along for I don't know what was that on 6 seasons or something, and four of them were pretty fucking good. Like
yeah.
they're not good, but they were entertaining. They were fun. Like
I never watched Lost, but I've heard people compare it to Lost. So yeah,
okay,
you were a Lost fan.
Yeah. I mean,
It,
like
until it
I
shit the bed.
I I think like season 3 was where it just started kind of falling apart for me. But yeah, it's like fun up until then, and you jump the shark at some point, and it's like, all right, a minute till the end, I guess. But
This show is all about jumping the shark. But yeah,
yeah,
I think I'm right on this. Like I think like I just the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, I enjoy this. I think it's bad. I enjoy this, but I think Chris would love this. Like it's so crazy. And so I'm very interested to see what you have to say
yeah,
about it.
I'm gonna watch it.
My favorite thing about it though is James Marsden as the president, which you don't get as much of, especially in season two. But throughout, you don't get it much because he fucking dies in the first episode. Like he's dead at the start. He's dead at the start of the series. So every scene you get with him is flashback. And
Okay,
you're just like, I wish season two found ways to have more flashbacks with him because he is great as this like kind of like functioning alcoholic womanizer president who
so he's
also
like
like has a
he's
good heart.
JFK.
Yeah, he's basically JFK, and he's got the look down too. Uh, so yeah, he's all these like bad things, but he also has like a good heart and thinks about like what the role of like you know what the role like the president should have in like calming people down or making like really important like the best episode of the series is in season one, and it shows the day that the world ends, and it follows him like having to figure out what to do. And that is like that was like the one episode like you could talk to other people too that say like that episode felt prestige. We're just like, God damn, like we went to another level here. Like, and it'll do that occasionally. Sometimes like the show does like elevate above what it's doing, but then a lot of it is just like crazy bombastic. And we're ending episodes with like slow, like serious versions of famous pop songs, like you know.
All the tropes.
Yeah, it's doing all the things, and so yeah, if you want something fun like that, I recommend it. I think you'll get a huge kick out of it. Um, and I guess I'll leave that at that. I touched
All
on a
right.
bunch of shit there.
All right. So I got three here. Start off with like two that are very similar, I guess. Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. Um, you are not a Samara Weaving fan.
Oh, I
Uh,
am.
oh, you are now. Okay. Or you just don't like the films she's been in. Is that because like
Well,
she's a um
so Samara Weaving fan. Have I found her movies? I can't even tell you what movies she's been in really off the top of my head, but I think she's like so beautiful. I think she's so pretty in this movie.
okay, so I think I'm crossing her with somebody else in horror films that they're
I know what you're thinking of. You're thinking of
yeah,
the
the
Happy Death Day.
yeah, that's not her.
I don't like
Um,
her.
so well, Ready or Not 2, sequel to Ready or Not, which is kind of like that was a it's a hunt movie. Like she is hunted by this family, and she has to survive till sunrise. And if she does, she'll live, and the family dies because they've all pledged their selves to Satan. Uh, they expand on that here, where it was like there's a clause that well, one there's like a cabal of like rich families that are in charge of the world, and when this other family dies because she survived, it opens up a power vacuum, and they need to play the game again. But now it's all of these families have to hunt her, uh, and basically, if she survives again, she will be the one to take over and be in charge of the world. So it's all these people like just hunting her down. The cast is pretty crazy. It's like Sarah Michelle Gellar, Elijah Wood, David Cronenberg is in it for a short period of time.
Yeah.
He plays the dad of Sarah Michelle Gellar and this other dude. Um, this adds on to the kind of the concept by introducing Catherine Newton as the sister.
Like an
She,
estranged sister of Samara
yeah.
Weaving.
So
Yeah.
Samara Weaving's name is Grace. Catherine Newton's character's name is Faith. So they're Faith and Grace, just very cheesy. Uh, and they do the hunt again. They have to play hide and seek, and they're trying to kill her. They're doing it on this like wide open hotel grounds, resort grounds. It's fun. I think it is most fun in like the first half. It then takes like a weird dark turn, where we kind of like really find out like who the main villain here is. He's this he's the brother of Sarah Michelle Gellar, Titus, and he is just like a sadistic fuck. And like there are extended scenes where you see him beating up Faith or Grace.
Yeah,
Uh,
they intercut it with another fight, and they're
yeah.
playing this like they're playing a total Eclipse of the Heart over it.
So like,
It's
and I love the
jarring.
fight,
It's like you
but
found that scene jarring because I found it jarring.
it
Like
it's super jarring because Grace's fight with the lady is
it's
comedic because
appropriate to have that music playing over it. It's supposed to be fun,
yeah, and
but then it cuts to like
they
him
both
beating
get
the
sprayed with
shit.
bear spray. Yeah, and
Yeah.
he is beating the fuck out of Faith, and it's like this is brutal, like, and not fun. Like the other fight is fun. It's like, what am I? How am I supposed to feel here? Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
it's very weird scene, and that's kind of where it was like, eh. But it does turn around, kind of like for the finale. There's a fun finale. Is the way she gets out of it again. I really like the addition of Catherine Newton here. Um,
I mean, yeah,
I think I like the addition of Catherine Newton in anything.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I had fun with it. It was a good time.
yeah,
'Cause you saw it too, so
yeah. And like, if I'm just a normal person that is don't doesn't regularly give my opinion on movies, like if we're walking out of the theater, I would have said, "Yeah, it's all right. It's fun. It's entertaining." But
yeah,
since I'm not paid to have takes, but I do give takes, the more I thought about it didn't impress me. I was just like, yeah, it's fine, it's fine.
mhm,
But the more I thought about it, I'm like, one, I think I'm done with radio silence. Uh, I've always disliked them because they call themselves radio silence. I know it's like a little nitpicky thing, but I just don't like it.
yeah.
I think I'm done with this type of humor in horror movies. Like it's kind of marvelly. Uh,
Yeah, a little bit, sure.
and you know what else I think I'm kind of getting sick of a little bit is this like cartoony depiction of the billionaires. Not that like I'm here to defend the billionaires at all. I just feel like we've had shows that do it so much better than this.
Mhm.
Um, like shows like God, Succession or Industry, where like they're still awful people. They're absolutely awful people, but they're like three dimensional.
Yeah, the
And
everybody in this is like a caricature. Like
yeah,
there's no depth
it
to
just
any of
feels
them.
lazy to me at this
Yep.
point. Like, I get it. Like the billionaires, they're bad. I hate them too. Also, by the way, the main baddie here, he plays Doctor Abbott on The Pit,
Mhm.
and so it was really weird seeing like this rock star doctor be the bad guy here. Like, it was hard for me to separate him from his character on The Pit because he's so awesome on The Pit. He only shows up like so the first two seasons of The Pit have been like during the day shift, and he works the
Mhm.
night shift. So you'll see him in the first couple hours and the last couple hours, and he just rolls in. Like there's a scene in season one where he's like working on a patient and also giving blood to the patient from himself. I'm just like, he's just like total. Every time you show up, you're like, this guy's gonna handle fucking business, right? Uh, and just seeing him here playing like this, like kind of goofy bad guy, like I he's so good on The Pit, even though you don't get a ton of him. And then here I was like, I don't know if I like him in this. Like, I don't know. And then when he's beating the shit out of Catherine Newton, Jesus, dude, what the fuck? Anyways, I don't hate it. I thought it was fine. It was like the
Yeah.
time went by quick. It was okay, but like if I had to say things about the movie, it would be the things I just said.
Yeah. Yep, agreed. Uh Weirdly, and I think this hurt it a lot is another film that I saw. This I just saw it on Monday. It came out over the past weekend. They Will Kill You. Uh, is kind of the same thing.
That's
Like
what I've heard.
it is a movie where uh this Zazie Beetz plays this girl Asia. She goes into this high-rise apartment building owned by a bunch of rich people. It's like very exclusive. Also happens to be a satanic cult that controls everything.
Jesus.
And um, they have to like sacrifice somebody. Uh, I guess on the regular. So they generally like put out ads to have maids come in and they'll sacrifice one of them occasionally. Uh, Asia is there because she has found out that her sister was brought there and she's there to rescue her sister. So these goofy rich people like try to kill her and she's ready for them. And then it becomes kind of like a hunt through this high-rise apartment. It's done on a much lower budget, I think, than uh, Ready or
You're
Not.
not.
Uh, it's fun enough. Again, this is a movie that I thought like it starts out real well. It's very clear that the director is Kirill Sokolov. Is this Russian director. He loves Kill Bill. Like a lot of like the fights in the beginning are very stylized in like particularly like the end of Kill Bill, the like version what episode 1 or volume 1 or whatever it
Yeah.
is. Um so like that it all kind of has that. It also has this weird kind of like you said Marvel-ish humor.
Yeah.
Um and it coming off with like kind of the same type of plot of like the satanic cabal needing to sacrifice somebody and that person fighting back and succeeding against them. It, it's the same fucking thing. Like it's like I'm watching the same thing, but like on a lower budget. Some of it's more fun. Like some of the humor is like some of the one-liners are catchy. Some of the sequences that he does are neat. There's you can't kill these people. So like if she kills them, they come back to life. Not immediately, but it takes a while. So she like blows the head off of this one chick. Um, but the body is still chasing her. Like so it's like headless with just like some like eye sockets that are growing back,
Oh,
chasing
cool.
after her, but it can't see her. Um, and then like the eyeball, there's a scene where like this eyeball is chasing her because she's blown it out of a socket, but it is like still following behind, keeping track of her. And there's some cool scenes with like the eyeball rolling and the like the nerve endings on the end of it, kind of just like plopping. Um,
Mhm.
but that's it. Like it's the same type of film as Ready or Not 2 or Ready or Not. It's kind of just becoming the samey thing. And I think it coming out so close to Ready or Not 2 killed it. Like it did not do well this past weekend. I don't
Yeah.
think it'll be in the theater for very long, but it's fine. Much like Ready or Not 2, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
And then finally, I saw the movie everyone is loving. It's the first, I think, big box office success of the year. Project Hail Mary, uh, directed by Lord and Miller, who I thought they had been involved in a whole lot more films. They
Would have been
are.
involved.
They
Yeah.
they've been involved in a whole. I thought they directed a whole lot a
No,
lot of more
yeah.
films. They have not, I guess, not actually directed a film since 22 Jump Street in 2014. But like their name is on everything. Like they're the
Yeah.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movies and all the Lego movies. They've all been part of that. And I just thought that they were out there directing shit,
There's
and
kind of the
they're
gurus
they're not.
behind the scenes, and I
Yeah,
think they write some of it, and yeah.
yeah, very prolific producers. They've been writing some stuff. But yeah, this is the first movie that they have directed in 12 years, and It is also another adaptation of an Andy Weir um, novel, and he is the guy who wrote The Martian, which is another kind of like hard sci-fi film that everybody loves.
Yeah.
I too like The Martian quite a bit. I think Project Hail Mary is great. I think it's like visually looks fantastic. I I guess everybody knows there is like an alien buddy in this
Yeah.
film, right? Like that was part of the trailers. Yeah, so there's an alien rock buddy. They name him Rocky. Um, and we find out like he has a mate, and his language isn't the same as our language, so like he says stuff, and then Grace, uh Ryan Gosling's character, he like just interprets it into English, and he names his mate Adrian. So Rocky and Adrian. And
Mhm.
there's actually they use a shot of Rocky in the film at one point. Anyway, yeah, great. Rocky is a really fun little like alien buddy. He is also on a mission to save Earth. Oh, not Earth. He's on a mission to save his planet. Grace is on a mission to save Earth because the sun is dying. And I, the book has way more science in it than this does, but I think this does a great job of like getting to the emotional core of what the book was. It's also visually quite beautiful. Sounds great. Good soundtrack. There are some good flashbacks to kind of like piece together the story. Um, I absolutely loved it. It's currently my favorite film of the year. Uh, yeah, and
I,
I am
I
great,
I'm gonna try
great
and see it
movie.
this weekend.
I hope you like it. I know you didn't like The Martian as much as
I wasn't like goo goo
some other
gaga
people.
about it like other people, but I thought it was fine. Like I think I should rewatch it because now I'm like super into space shit. I love that For All Mankind show and all that. So like I should rewatch The Martian. But yeah, I'm excited to see Project Hail Mary. Mary, but we just couldn't get to it on opening weekend. And then last weekend we went to the movie actually with my wife's sister and her kids, and her kids wanted to see Ready or Not 2. That's the only reason I saw Ready or Not 2. I didn't give a fuck. I truly didn't care. I saw the first one. I was like, that's all I needed. That was good.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm hoping to because I'm on vacation now. So it's like starting right now. So I'm hoping to get some point this weekend to go see Project Hail Mary. Um, I have a feeling I'm gonna
I
love
hope
it.
you like it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um,
my one coworker hated it because it's Disney-fied. It's too much like ET. The thing that cracks me up about my coworker, and I'm not trying to make fun of him because if he listens, I'm not making fun of you, dude. Just saying. He hated Predator Badlands, which I
uh-huh.
thought was awesome. By the way, it's another movie I saw this last month. Uh, for the same reason. But I'm like, all right, you can't really say that, dude, if you go to see every Marvel movie the opening night. Like, come on, dude. Like,
Yeah, like
that's the
they're
like epitome of
legitimately
that shit.
Disneyfied.
Yeah.
um, I don't think Project Hail Mary is Disneyfied at all. Like it's pretty true to like outside of the fact that like you don't see Grace actually doing the science like for the most part. Like the book can expand on it, right? Like it can allow here's what the actual science is. Nobody wants to watch a dude in a spacesuit do science experiments like for an hour. Like the and this is it's a long movie.
Or get a
Like
lecture on scientific details and
right. Like
it can be hard
and the
to
Martian
do.
does the Martian is very similar. Like if you read that book, they go into kind of like the potato farm and how he comes up with how to survive that, and they do the science in the book, and there's more of it, but the adaptations like strip that away because you can't show it in a film. Like because it would be boring and it would take too long.
Yeah, it's like maybe you could do it in a TV show.
Yeah.
Or it's like certain TV shows. Like The Pit has so much medical jargon and stuff, and like
Mhm.
I'd say 80 to 5% of it's going over my head, and I just accept it and grab what I can onto it. Um, what the hell else was I thinking of? I don't know. Something else that does the same thing. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I think you could work that better into a show. That a movie, you kind of have to hit the emotional beats and keep
Yeah,
the audience engaged, and you know,
and so you not having read the book, I'll be interested to hear what you like. From what I've heard, everybody that's seeing it kind of loves it.
yeah,
Book or no book, but I am interested to hear what you have to say. Having not read the book, like
yeah.
if it kind of hits the same high points as well. Uh,
I'm excited to see it. Do you like it more or less than The Martian?
I think I like it a little bit more
Okay.
than The Martian. Um, The Martian, though, and I love Matt Damon as an actor, but The Martian is very much just like there are stuff happening on Earth, like how we're gonna rescue him on there, but like a lot of it is just like Matt Damon on Mars by himself.
Process.
This Grace, Ryan Gosling's character, is alone, but then this like little alien buddy shows up, and so it becomes like this buddy movie almost, and there's a little more personality in it. Also, Ryan Gosling, fantastic. Like he also has a ton of charisma, um, and Rocky is great. Like I think everybody that has seen him has fallen in love with him. Um, there,
Which is crazy because he doesn't even have a face, right? It's just like a rock.
he's just this little rock dude.
Does he
So
talk? Oh, you said he
yes,
talks, right? Gets
yeah.
trans.
So like they like so that takes a longer time in the book, but they find a way to like very quickly make it so that basically Rocky can talk like just like there is a technical reason why we can hear him. Um and they explain it and like they do it pretty quickly and it's just like all right, now Rocky talks. Like now we can understand him. And I think that works like cuz you don't want to spend 40 minutes like on Grace trying to figure out the language of this rock thing. like so they like show how it happens and then it's just all right, it happened and now we move on and now Rocky can talk. It's fun. I had a ton of fun with it. I think this year is going to be fucking phenomenal with sci-fi films. We have Spielberg
Yeah.
coming up later this. Like, I am super excited for Disclosure Day. I am not a huge Dune fan, but I know people are super excited for Dune Chapter 3. I mean, prestige sci-fi is here in
Dude, I don't
2026.
know if you consider it sci-fi, but do you see the new David Robert Mitchell movie that's coming out that looks like a Spielberg movie? Where like
Mm.
it's called like The House at the End of Oak Street.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I
Yep.
thought the guy was doing a sequel to It Follows. Apparently, he's still doing it, but like in between, he did a Spielberg movie.
Mhm.
like, I mean, it looks just like a Spielberg movie to me. It looks awesome. Like people have like dinosaurs down the street.
And then earlier this year, we got, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, which is also a sci-fi movie. Like, I just think 2026 is delivering on the fun sci-fi stuff.
Hey, we got New For All Mankind as well, which took 2 years.
Yep.
So there's that too.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess
It's
you
good
could maybe
stuff.
call Nirvana the band sci-fi. No, I don't
Sure,
think I
sure.
would.
There's time
There's-
travel in it,
it
so
has time travel, so if you consider time travel
yeah.
sci-fi, uh, cool. Hey, you made like remind me of one other thing I wanted to talk about.
Yep.
Uh, so Kill Bill.
Uh-huh.
You heard about this full bloody or whole bloody affair or whatever?
Have,
Whole
like, they basically stitched it all together for one
yeah,
big long film. Uh-huh.
yeah. I bought it. I watched it. Look, it's still a great movie. I
Mhm.
think like Kill Bill is like one of his best movies, and I think it's one of the best movies of the century. Whatever. And none of this hurts that, but like I just don't prefer this version of it. I just don't like. It feels like a marathon to watch it. Like it's really long, dude. It's like 4.5 hours long.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Um, and like I liked Kill Bill the way it was, like Volume One, Volume Two. You split it up over 2 nights or whatever. It's perfect. So that like alone hurt it because it was like I was just like, oh my god, could this end already? Especially with the second half being much slower than the first.
Hmm.
But then they're like, oh, we're fixing all the things that like all the compromises he had to make. We're taking that stuff away and putting it back in the way he wanted to do it. And I just don't feel like any of the changes here, like really, who cares? Like honestly, most of them, I think most of the compromises he made to get Volume One and Two back in the day made those better movies ever so slightly. Like it's just like little things like well, because it was split into one and two, he put a cliffhanger at the end of volume one where Kill Bill has a line where he's like, does she know that her daughter is still alive? And I've always loved that cliffhanger. I think it's like an incredible way to the movie. And
Yeah.
here that line of dialogue's removed. And I'm like, well, I get why you would do that if it's one movie, so you could have it be a surprise that her daughter's still alive at the end. But I like things the way they were. Maybe I'm an old man. I like things the way they were. Like there's another part where when she's fighting all the dudes in the bar, that big scene where she
Yep.
kills like 100 dudes or whatever. There's a part in the original version where it goes into black and white, and he did that um, he needed to get an R rating, and it was so violent. But seeing it in color here, I was like, whatever. Like, I like that they went into black and white in the old version. I think she does it when she pulls the guy's eye out and it goes into black and white. I always thought it was a cool touch that it went to black and white. Like a lot of things that like were compromises back then, I didn't know were compromises, and I just loved the movie. And like so the changes here, I'm just like I just don't care about them, and I didn't like watching it in one sitting. And I guess the major big change is like there's an animated sequence like showing the origin of Lucy Liu,
Hmm.
and it goes on longer here. It shows her killing one more person, like she's getting revenge for her parents, and it's pretty long. It's like a long elevator scene with her killing this guy, but at some point it was like I get why they cut it. At some point, it's just adding to the running times. So, I mean, if you love Kill Bill, it's interesting to watch this version of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I just didn't need it, and I don't think I prefer it. I think I prefer Volume One and Volume Two.
Okay. I might check that out. I do like Kill Bill. We've had this discussion probably multiple times. I prefer Volume One. I don't like the ending of. It's not that I don't like the ending of two. It is. You mentioned it. Like two is
Yeah,
a much slower film. And I think like the last 40 minutes of that movie are like basically like a conversation between the
it's
two of them.
literally, dude. It's literally an hour.
An hour long.
I was like always like because this time when I was watching it, when they get to like she's going to meet Bill, I was like, okay, how much more is left? I know it's probably like a half hour conversation. I paused it. It's 1 hour.
Wow.
But I've that hour has really grown on me over the years. Like I think it's really great. But it's like weird. It's just weird because like the end of volume one feels like the climax of a movie, right?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
then it kind of inverts your expectations. Like and I love that about it, but watching it all as one thing is like very
Yeah.
it's like a marathon. It's like, okay, dude, like I think it's better when you watch volume one, give it a day, watch volume two, and then a conversation. Like you're not like waiting for it to end. Like you're more. I think what makes a conversation is what's his name, David Carradine.
Hmm.
I think that's his name. Yeah, he is
Yeah.
just so good as Bill, and like he's going on about Superman and shit. Like it's just and the other thing is like Uma Thurman is so fucking fantastic in the movie, and just seeing them spar verbally is awesome. But like, yeah, I mean I prefer part one. I think I prefer part one, but I still really love part two.
But yeah,
Anyways,
I mean, like if you were to like, hey, we put these together. I mean, 4.5 hours is a chunk of time. But yeah, it's like I just wouldn't choose to watch volume two probably on the regular. So
Yeah, yeah. I hear you.
all right. Well, so that's what we've been watching, which brings us to our main event. A pair of Stephen King adaptations spaced apart by a decade. 1983's The Dead Zone and 1993's The Dark Half, also directed by a pair of horror icons, with
We
David
got two.
Cronenberg doing The Dead Zone
Yeah.
and George Romero doing The Dark Half. We're going to kick off with The Dead Zone from 1983.
If the future were in your hands,
My daughter's screaming. The house is burning.
would you change it?
It's not too late.
Touch this man's hand, and you are in the grip of the dead zone.
I've had another episode.
Only the imagination of author Stephen King could take you there.
Johnny, wait!
With a power that alters the future lives of those you love,
You want to kill your own son? I want you out of here.
I'm scared, Dad.
or of those you fear.
I have had a vision that I am going to be president of the United States someday, and nobody, I mean nobody, gonna stop me.
Is it a power for good or for evil?
If God has seen fit to bless you with this gift, you should use it.
Bless me?
You're a devil. Son of a man.
Who are you?
Who sent you?
I'm scared, son. What's happening to me?
We're gonna get married. Johnny, don't leave me, please.
Don't you see how clear it all is? Not only can you see the future,
I can change it.
Nelson!
I was there, I saw him.
Put your hand on the scanning screen and you'll go down in history with me.
I saw his face. I stood there. I did nothing.
Stephen King, The Dead Zone.
Released in October of '83. It didn't do amazing, but it was okay. Had a budget about between 7 to 10 million per Wikipedia, and it made maybe about 35 million along with video rentals over the course of its life. So
Mm.
it did good. It's not an amazing blockbuster, but
And this one
for
hangs. This one hangs in the public consciousness more than the Dark Half. Like, people don't really talk about the Dark Half.
it does, and it's weird. Well, I guess we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But based on a Stephen King novel of the same name, the novel was from 1979. This film does, it has a cast of people that you probably know, uh, just by me saying them right here. Christopher Walken, Tom Skerritt, Martin Sheen. They're all in this. They're all like named people that you could probably visualize in your head as people there. Uh have you ever read the Dead Zone book, Jeff?
No, I've never read either of these, and I've read
Okay.
a lot of Stephen King books, but
Yeah.
he has so many. And sometimes, like, so I got into Stephen King around when I was like 10 years old, so it would have been like in the 90s, right? And I kind of tended to stay away from the books that had adaptations. So, like, I've never read The Shining because
You saw the
I always
movie.
had the movie or the miniseries, and I think these two I never read the books because I'm like, I could just watch the movies. Now there's a few where I've read Carrie, I've read I mean, shit, everything he's done has been adapted at this point.
Just
But-
about, yeah.
But yeah, these two, one, I don't think I ever got, like, I saw these when I was little, like both these movies. Probably the last time I saw these movies was when I was little, and neither of them I really understood.
Mm.
And so it would have been like, I already know what's going to happen. I also didn't really get the movie. Do I want to read the book? So no, I did not read either of these.
Okay. So I've only read The Dead Zone, which I read this past year,
Okay. Wow.
actually. Only because I've gotten into Stephen King's son's books, Joe Hill,
Yeah.
and a recent book he released called King Sorrow actually has like what Joe Hill has started to do is incorporate Stephen King's universe into his like locations, characters. Like he's basically continuing on because if you've read Stephen King, a lot of his stuff interconnects.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a shared universe, the Kingiverse, if you will. I hate that term, but it is what people utilize. Um, and Joe Hill is now kind of taken that, and his books belong in that as well as he continues on. His dad, though, continues to release books at a rapid clip, like at least one or two a year. Uh, but anyway, I that's the reason I read The Dead Zone because it's referenced in the new Joe Hill book. Um, and we'll get to my feelings on the book versus this at some point. But yeah, plot of this movie is a teacher, Johnny Smith, very generic name.
Yeah. What the
Um,
fuck?
he he's like dating another teacher, and they end up, going to her house. He has proposed to her, I guess, so they're engaged.
Even
And
though they have not fucked, I don't like.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
a little
I,
confused. What is this?
I, so yes, that is a plot point in the book as well. um,
Is that the same as the book? They have not fucked.
they haven't. Now there is differing reasons. I don't know what the reason here is. I think they just took that plot point and stuck it. So in the book, Sarah gets sick. And like he's planning on like this is the night we're gonna do it. And she gets sick while they're out, like very, very sick. And but similarly, there's like something going on outside, and she's like, "Why don't you just stay here?" And he goes, "No." But in
But
this one, it's like raining, and he like gives her a kiss. He's like, it's some things are better worth waiting for. I think that's what he
yeah,
says to her.
but it's like
Uh,
it's weird to me because it's like if you're getting married, you've never fucked like that. I just felt like some of the relationship
y-
stuff in this doesn't make sense. Like maybe if you're like
yeah.
ultra Christian or like in an arranged marriage, but like most
Mhm.
normal people fuck before they got married.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. And
I don't
in
know.
the book, like they've only gone out, like they've only been going out for like maybe 3 or 4 times. Like they're new in the relationship in the book. In this one, they're engaged. Like they're gonna get married. He goes home. He gets in his car to go home, and on his way home, he ends up in a very catastrophic car crash
The
that
most
puts him in a
unconvincing car crash
yeah, it's
ever.
so
Like
ridiculous.
doesn't look good. Like, I don't know. I was just like,
Yeah, like
how does he slide?
a
You see this thing there? You just drive right into it.
oh,
Okay.
it's very bad, like, the way it's framed, like, this tractor trailer, the driver falls asleep, which is a thing that happens, like,
Yeah.
um, somehow his trailer comes unhooked, and it is just sliding down the highway, not even a highway, just like this back country road in Maine, sideways, so it's taking up all the lanes, and Johnny, I don't know why he wasn't paying attention because this is the
It's clearly visible. Like you
yeah,
just
and
stop.
oh, he is wiping his window, I think, like, it was raining, so
Okay,
but
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 come
but
on.
still, you should be able to see it, like, it's lit up, like,
Yeah.
and he drives right into this thing. He does swerve, like, at the last minute, but, ridiculous explosion. Um, Sarah rushes to the hospital and is like, "Oh, please, Johnny, please, like, don't leave me," and it picks up, I think, 4 or so years later, 4.5 years later, he has been in a coma all this time. Um, and when he wakes up, he has psychic abilities.
Hell yeah.
If you touch him. So yeah, if you touch him, he like gets glimpses of things. Um, a fire in a nurse's house, he like saves her daughter. He is able to see that his doctor's mom, who he thought had left him behind, I think I think they show it as the what what war is it in this one?
I think it's the Holocaust. Like it's an invasion of
Okay, so
Poland.
it is still World War II, which is what it
Yeah.
is in the book. It's
Yeah.
um
Also, the doctor's reaction to finding this all out, I was like, there's certain things in this movie where it doesn't ring true on a human level. Like the doctor finding out his mother's alive, and he goes, "Hey, did you call her?" He's like, "Yeah, but I hung up." And he's like, "Why?" Because it wasn't meant to be. It's like that's not how a human. I don't know. I don't know if you
yeah,
agree, but
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
doesn't
No, that I agree. Also straight from the book though. That is a
so
direct
weird.
adaptation. Um so Johnny has
That felt like a Cronenberg thing to me. I guess what's in the book? Okay.
yeah, no, yeah, like that is from the book where the doctor leaves his mom
It's
who
like,
he's
wouldn't you
been
want to meet your
separated from.
mom? Like,
Right.
like, I, I
Um so yeah, he has these psychic abilities where he can kind of like see glimpses into the future, sometimes just like moments into the future, sometimes a little bit further. Uh he ends up having, I guess because he saves this nurse, he ends up having a press conference at the hospital, and a reporter's like trying basically like, I'm trying to prove that this guy's a fraud. So he's like being a little bit of a jerk to him, and he touches him, and he starts telling him things about his dead sister, that and he's like, no, stop, stop, like it gets out of hand, like, so now Johnny has like bad press or whatever. He doesn't want any of this. He just wants to kind of like recover and move on with his life, because Sarah has moved on with her life. She not only is no longer with Johnny, who, to be fair, was in a coma. They told him he wasn't ever coming out of it. She has hooked up with some dude who's a well, in
he's
this, I believe he's like a what would you call them? He like goes around to
he's
like get people involved.
canvasser.
Yeah, he's a canvasser. He's a
I've
campaign.
done it. I've done it. Done
Mhm.
it.
Um, so she's married, not just hooking up with this dude. She's married him and has a like 2-year-old kid. So she has completely moved on with her life. Uh, they bring her back into it where she comes and visits Johnny, and then they fuck like
Dude,
at his house.
I don't understand. Like, look, like I was into like the actual story and the drama here, like right,
Hmm.
like, but again, like there's certain character behaviors in this that it feels like alien to me, and I took it as Cronenberg, but one was like the doctor not wanting to meet his mom. I was like, that's insane. And two, this part is insane. She like visits him on Christmas and fucks him, and then she's like, "Yeah, we're never doing that again." I was like, "Oh, I thought you were like leaving your husband to come back. Like you changed your mind." And even that seems unrealistic to me. The most realistic thing is that she moved on and had a kid, right? That seems
So
most realistic to me.
yeah, yeah, especially like since the doctors are going, she's she's never coming back, right? Like
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
not coming back. He's done.
But to go back
Um,
like and fuck the guy seems cruel to
so,
do.
so Cronenberg or King, where do you think that falls?
It just feels so alien, and Stephen King is not alien. Like he seems to understand people, so I put it on Cronenberg.
Stephen King. That happens in the book.
I just found that part like it was okay. I was like, okay, well, I guess maybe she's like realized
It
she
is,
should go back with him, whatever.
yeah.
But it's just like that's never gonna happen again. I'm like, then why did you come do it? Like that's such a cruel thing to do to this guy who's recovering. Like You know what I mean? Like,
Um, and it is it yeah. So she does that same thing, basically like, yeah, like I wanted to do this forever, and I never thought we'd get the chance, but it's the only time we could ever do it. And
huh?
that's where our life ends together, like that at that moment. Like we got to fuck, I guess. Yay. But I have a life. I'm not leaving my husband. I have a son,
Yeah,
and
have
we're
fun.
gonna
Have fun being like a cripple with fucking psychic
so
powers, where you see bad shit and see ya, buddy. But you at least got to hit that pussy.
right. so so Johnny kind of spirals after this. Well, not right after. So he then somehow gets involved in a murder investigation. This is where Tom Skerritt comes in. They come and ask him, "Hey, can you help? We know that you're this psychic. You've been able to do some shit. Can you help us?" Um, and Skerritt doesn't really believe it, but he's just trying whatever because there's a serial killer in his small town. And ultimately, Johnny does solve it. It happens to be a deputy of that police station that's been doing it. Um, but after that, Johnny starts to spiral like badly. Like he no longer lives with his dad because his mom has died. They don't play up the mom in the movie as much as they do in the book. She's actually a religious nut in the book, uh, and they kind of kill her off pretty quickly here. Like I think she like touches his hand, and he's like, "Oh," and he like sees her death, and then that's it. That's the end of it. Um, he spirals though and leaves town, ends up somewhere else. He's like tutoring. He's like gone back to teaching. He's tutoring children out of a house. Uh, he gets a vision of one of his students falling into a pond,
The
and
ice is gonna
yes,
break.
yeah. Uh, so this is funny because this is this is changed from the book. Um, he does tutor in the book, but the whole ice hockey ice pond thing breaking is like the opening scene with Johnny. Like as he's like a young kid, he's like 5 or 6 years old, and he hits his head. And this is where he kind of like originally has the powers, and it's not from the car accident. And in this, they make it this like weird thing where this kid falls through the ice, and he knows what's going to happen. He has to basically scare the kid into not going. The dad still wants to go, um, but the kid says, "Fuck off! I'm not going out on that ice." And like I
Good
think
on the
two
kid.
kids,
Good on the kid.
yeah, the kid believes his teacher, and um, some other kids do go, and they do fall through the ice though. Uh, and then I don't really understand how he ends up like he shakes hands with this politician and realizes he's going to cause the end of the world.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And his choice there, not that it's not like he decides I have to stop this. I know that if I let this guy, continue on, he's eventually going to become president of the United States. He's a psychopath, and he's going to destroy the world
It's the
with
age-old
nuclear
question,
bombs.
and they bring it up in this. They bring it up. He goes to his doctor, and he's like, "If you knew, like, if you could go back in time and kill Hitler as a baby,
Yep.
would you do it?" Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's basically it. Like he knows this guy is going to destroy the world, so he takes him out first. And that's it. That's the Dead Zone.
Well, tries to take him out, but does not. He
Oh,
gets killed. And,
yes.
but the politician grabs a baby as a
He is-
shield, and that ruins his political career. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. His political career is ruined because he uses a child as a human shield, that's true to the book too.
But would that happen today? Would anyone would Trump's approval go down if that happened? Like, oh no, it makes sense. You gotta grab the meat to protect you, the meat shield.
Yeah. And I can guarantee that a certain politician would grab a small child and put
Yeah.
them in front of him.
But there would be people
Uh,
defending it today. There were people who were like, well, he's more important.
right.
What has this kid done?
It's wild, right? I mean, this was done in this film was 1983. The book was 1979. It was a different world then for sure. Like, but yeah, so that's the Dead Zone. I've read your letterboxed review of
Yeah.
this, and you commented that it felt episodic.
Yes.
You want to expand on that?
Yeah, because all right, well, there is like throughout it, it's him like recovering and dealing with what happened with his girlfriend and this and that. But it just feels like it goes from episode to episode to episode of him solving stuff for people.
Yep.
And that Greg Stilson, the politician, he like looms in the background of the whole movie, but he's really not introduced to like well an hour into the movie when we first meet him. And I just felt like that should have been built up more as a thing throughout, not just like in the background, but like we should have seen more of Martin Sheen. Like we get one scene of Martin Sheen blackmailing somebody and like telling them he'll fucking kill him if they don't do what he says.
Yep.
Which is, I guess, gets to the point, but like it just feels like a series of episodes of this guy solving problems, and then it lands on this really cool one at the end. But I felt like that one at the end should have been. I could see Cronenberg trying to build that up throughout, but it should like I don't know. It just felt like yeah, like that. Like it was just like a series of adventures or whatever. Like, and then we land on the coolest one.
I agree. I will say in the book, in the novel, they build Stilson up way more. Like, in fact, he is. I believe Stilson is the first character you actually. If I don't know if it's the ice skating scene or if it's Stilson, but there's a scene with Stilson like right at the
Very
beginning
early,
where
yeah.
it's like he's a bad dude. Like,
Yeah, like I would have almost liked like we're tracking these two characters
Yep.
throughout it, and instead
and
it's
that's
just
how the
like a
that's how
scene
the
or two
book
of them.
kind of does it. Is
Yeah.
like obviously Johnny is the more prominent character, but we do get like snippets of Stilson and his rise to power through politics. And like what he's been doing over the course of time. And then we get a little bit more of like his shady dealings, like outside of just the blackmail. Like, he's sending people to beat people up, he's blackmailing people, he's like utilizes these basically like Hell's Angels as his security, his private security, and they beat up like anybody that like opposes to him in the book. Like he's very clearly like an evil fucking dude. But this movie is only like an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, like it gets the point across of who
Yeah.
he is, but it just feels like it arrives on what the main plot should be in the last 20 minutes. Like that's just how I feel about it. Yeah.
And the back end of the book, like probably like the last quarter of the book is Johnny basically becomes obsessed with Greg Stilson.
Yeah, that's what I need
like,
more build up to. Like that,
Yeah.
I appreciate that it was not that long because, like, again, I think the other movie we're gonna talk about, I think it was too long. But like, I needed more. Yeah, like that would have been great. Like him getting obsessed with Stilson and be like, "No one will listen to me," or like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right. Yep.
this guy is not good. Like, and then him finally deciding that he has to do it instead of like he has one conversation with his doctor about Hitler and he's like, "Yep, well, I guess that's what I gotta do." Like, I don't know. It just feels like episodes. Like that's
Yeah,
like,
it feels like episodes, and for me, and this is on me because I just read the book. It felt like a speed run of everything. Like it's
it
all
is like
very
it's
true to the book. Like they changed some things here and there, but it's like a speed run of everything. It's like I wish there was more time to breathe on some of the points.
yeah.
Instead, it's
This would
like
be a good
click,
limited
click, click.
series, like a good like 8
So,
episode.
well, I'm gonna circle back on that comment. But what are your final thoughts on this movie, Jeff?
I actually like it. I do like it. I think Watkins' performance is good, even though and when you first see him and he's his teacher, it was hard for me to take him seriously because I'm just so used to him being like comedic.
Hmm.
But I thought Watkins' performance is good. I thought Sheen was good. I thought actually everyone was good in it. It's very low key. It feels minor and just muted and kind of slow and it feels like very restrained Cronenberg. Like we get almost
Oh,
none of
absolutely.
his like.
Yes.
There's one part where a guy like goes to fall on a pair of scissors and he doesn't even show it.
Yep.
Um,
So
and
where'd you watch this at, Jeff?
I rented it from Prime Video.
Okay, so I was wondering because I watched it on YouTube and it was
Okay.
free, and like they had a thing at the beginning that was like, this has been edited for your TV, if content in your TV, and it's like, did I get like the TV cut? Like,
Nah, I
but
mean,
that
there's nothing in it. There's
yeah,
nothing in
okay.
it that um. So, but like, I also like. Here's the thing. Like, even though I thought it was episodic, I was still into the story. Like, I was into this guy. Like, I felt bad for this guy. Like, he
Yeah,
went through
yeah.
something terrible. He's recovering for a coma. And there's an awesome part where he says to his ex, like, for you, it's been 5 years. For me, we were about to get married yesterday. Like, and
Yep.
like that, so like I was like really into all that, and I really love where the ending goes. Like, I think that's cool. I just felt like, yeah, I needed more room to breathe. Like, I'm not saying that I wanted it to be a longer movie. I just either like you had to be building as a sidetrack Martin Sheen more, or this would have been a better like as a mini series. Um,
Which often
but yeah,
is the case with Stephen King stuff. It's like
yeah.
his stuff doesn't necessarily translate well to 90 to 2 hours, 90
I
minutes
mean,
to
some
2
people
hours.
figured. I get it. This is an easier one, but I thought the Long Walk was fantastic. Now
Yeah,
that's a shorter
absolutely.
story.
Yeah.
It's easier to get into a 2 hour movie. Um, but yeah, just part of this is it's old. It's a little dated now, so like
A
it's
little
gonna
bit.
hit us different watching it like 50 years later, whatever. Um, and at the end of the day, like I like it. It's not one I'm gonna return to a bunch, but like I like dig the story, I dig where it ended. I actually gonna land kind of high on it and say like a 7.
Okay. I'm lower than you on it. I'm gonna land at a 5 on this. But I really do think my reading the book spoiled kind of the film for me.
Yeah,
Just because like
you
it felt
just
like
read it too. Yeah.
yeah, and it feels like a speed run of the book. So it's like, eh. Uh a little side note here on the movie itself that I didn't mention at the beginning. Deborah Hill produced this.
I saw that.
So a little Halloween tie here. And you mentioned this would work better as a maybe a limited series. Well,
Yeah.
what about a 6 season?
No, are you serious?
There is a 6 season adaptation of Stephen King's The Dead Zone. I watched the first 2 episodes of it. Um, it
Has to
is
go beyond the book.
it goes way beyond the book
Okay.
because basically by the end of and they changed so much too because it takes place in the it takes place I think when he crashes his car it is the 90s, and when he wakes up George Bush is president, the second. So um so it takes place in like the 2000s. So they've upped the timeline, they've changed some pieces of the story around.
How is there 6 seasons of a show I've never heard of?
It was on USA.
Oh, that's why
Uh, yeah, and that wasn't. I've heard of the show. I did
I had
not.
not.
I never watched it. Um, Anthony Michael Hall plays
Ah!
Johnny. Um, yeah, so he's Johnny in this. I've watched the first 2 episodes. They do things in this adaptation that are more true to the book, and it's given more breathing time as well.
It's
But it,
funny.
there's a big scene in the beginning of the book is Sarah and Johnny go to this carnival, and at the carnival he like plays like one of those money wheel games. Um, and the money wheel guy is like being a dick to like the customers coming up, so he uses his powers basically to uh, steal the money back from the money wheel guy. He's not stealing, he's winning, but he like knows the numbers to choose. So like that is played in here. Um, they do change some other things though. Sarah, his girlfriend, um, she does remarry, but she marries the sheriff. Uh, because what the Dead Zone becomes after episode 1 is a police procedural.
Hmm.
It becomes basically like Johnny's gonna use those powers every week to help solve a crime.
Oh my god, that
Um,
is very USA sounding.
Absolutely. It is trash TV, but I enjoyed the first 2 episodes. I may use it as like when I'm working, like just put it on as background noise.
What's going on here? Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, it's very, very, very 2000s, very USA
That's
coded.
crazy.
But yeah, there's a whole TV series that lasted for six seasons from 2002 to 2007. 80 episodes of this.
Holy shit! And I never,
Uh,
dude. I've heard of USA shows that I've never watched. I've never heard of that one.
um, they bring in the whole who's the politician guy, Stilson.
Yeah.
He comes into this at some point. Like he is kind of like a background character, so they're gonna build him up over 6 seasons. He's played by Sean Patrick Flannery.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I have
crazy,
to
right?
imagine. I
Like,
have to imagine though, like season 1 ends like how the book ends, and then they just keep doing shit. Like I don't know, like
yeah, he
unless they're gonna
probably
build
like,
up to it over 6 seasons. That would be too much time to get this story out. Like I don't know.
yeah, I think that probably makes the most sense. Get to like the Stilson
Tell the
piece by
book.
the end of
Yeah.
season 1, and then in the next 5 seasons, like it just becomes a
It's like
police
that.
procedural.
The Handmaid's Tale, like season 1 adapted the book, and then it's just like we're just gonna keep this going and see where
Yeah.
it goes. And they did okay.
Um,
with-
so the sex scene in the movie and the book, where Sarah comes over and
yeah.
like he has a vision that, so like they play it out, like you get to see this happen, like him hooking up with her, but then it's just like a vision that he has, and he's like, Tara, I think you should leave. And then he does that line with, it's a it's it's been, I think in this they play it as 6 years. He's like, it's been 6 years for you, but it's only been like a couple days for me. Um, it's like, maybe until I get over these feelings, you shouldn't come to my house by yourself. Yeah. So that's out there. That exists. It's on Tubi,
Wild.
as well. So if anybody is interested in checking that nonsense out, it's there. So that brings us to our other half of it, the darker half, I guess. 1983's George Romero directed The Dark Half.
Thad Beaumont has a secret.
I know all about it.
A piece of himself he keeps hidden.
You just don't want to give up George. You become attached to him.
Locked away until he needs it.
These behaviors could be interpreted as schizophrenia.
Away from the light, safe in the shadows.
I wrote those words, and I have no recollection of doing it.
But sometimes secrets take on a life of their own. Thad Beaumont thought he didn't need George Stark anymore.
The American way of death.
That's it.
He served his purpose. Time to lay him to rest. But George is not about to go quietly.
You really don't realize what you're like when you write those books, do you? It's like watching Jekyll turn into Hyde.
We're here to question you in connection with a capital crime.
Evidence says you did it.
George Stark has somehow come to life.
Hello, George.
I can come closer to believe a ghost story than this. You're talking about a man who never was.
He wants to take over your life. Can't you see that?
Based upon a book by Stephen King, comes George A. Romero's masterful vision of a nightmare come true.
Are you ready? Just waiting on you.
The Dark Half.
Based on Stephen King's 1989 novel of the same name. This one came out in April of '93. It had a budget of $15 million, so higher budget than The Dead Zone, and it bombed at the box office. $10 million was what its take was. Not great. Critical reception was mixed. It seems like it was fine. Fine. Roger Ebert gave it 2 out of 4 stars. Stars Timothy Hutton as Thad Beaumont, Amy Madigan as Liz Beaumont, and Michael Rooker as the sheriff. Yeah, that's the base cast right there. There's some stuff in this, I guess we'll get there as we kind of move on. I have not read this book. Jeff, you did not read this book either. As you mentioned, you kind of stayed away from novels that had adaptations. So I knew nothing about this coming in, other than it was based on the book. It stars a writer, which a lot of Stephen King books have writers as characters. He often either puts a version of himself in, or in some cases, just straight up puts himself in his books. But this is it's about a writer, Thad Beaumont. He is a teacher at a local college, and he writes like literature, like highbrow, high-end literature that nobody wants to read. But he also writes under a pen name, George Stark, and George Stark writes trash, like dark, seedy crime novels,
pulp fiction, if you will.
Yeah, yes, very much. And this guy figures out somehow, by talking to somebody at the publisher, that Thad Beaumont is George Stark, and he basically blackmails him, says, if you don't pay me a bunch of money, I'm gonna release that you are George Stark.
And that's go ahead.
Go ahead.
The central conceit of that conceit, I'm just like, I don't get it. Because, like, okay, he reveals he's that guy. So what? He can still write George Stark novels, or just write George Stark novels with his name, and people will be along for the ride. Like I don't get how that's a piece of blackmail where, like, you would seriously give a fuck what they like. And the guy does kind of like Timothy Hutton kind of brushes it off here, but it's the main conceit of the movie is that, like, this guy is going to expose him, and so, like, he has to respond to it somehow. And is that believable to you? Like, it's just not believable to me.
So I don't think it's believable, but also I don't know the literary, like, the publishing world of the 1980s, especially when Stephen King was there. I do very much remember reading about, and so this is where it's very similar, straight up to Stephen King, right? So there's Stephen King. He writes his Stephen King novels, and then he has a pen name that Jeff and I are familiar with, Richard Bachman. And he releases books under this Richard Bachman moniker. They are slightly different from what King normally writes. The reasoning that King has given for the Bachman pen name is that publishers didn't want to release multiple books by one author over the course of a year. So King, very prolific. Like he is a writer that can deliver two full length novels, like huge novels too. Like we're talking 400, 500, 600 pages in the course of a year. And publishers were saying no, like we want The Stand, and if you want to write another book, you have to like come up with a different name because people aren't going to be willing to buy two books from you. I don't find that to be true. Like
Yeah.
I don't buy it, right? But that was the common thought.
If you
At
like
least
the
at the
writer,
beginning.
you're gonna buy their next book. Like
Right. Like I don't care, right?
oh
Like
no, there's two things I like. Oh no.
oh, double me up. Like,
Yeah.
oh no, I can't have two Stephen King novels in one year. Um, but it does seem that like there was this weird conception in the publishing industry about that.
There's also the
Earlier
explanation.
80s.
I've seen him not the explanation that for why, but
Mhm.
I've seen Stephen King say that he would be more nihilistic writing as Bachman, where like he
He
would
was,
not care
absolutely.
if he killed the
Yep.
character. Yeah, and so like again, as I was watching this, I'm like, I get it. Jesus Christ, I get it. But
But
go ahead.
but again, but it is like why does it matter that this dude is going to release it? Okay. Well, I like George Stark. Who cares if his name is actually Thad Beaumont? Like I like George Stark's smut. Like give
Yeah,
me
like
more
so like
smut, George.
this was a sticking point for me watching it because it's just like, who cares, dude? Like, who cares? Who cares? Like, I just did not buy that. Like, but whatever.
So if you could get past that though, which Jeff couldn't. But yeah, so basically they go on this PR campaign to kill George Stark, which is a little ridiculous.
Yeah,
Where Thad
posing by a
Beaumont,
grave.
yeah, like they like have a plot in wherever he's at, like a burial plot, and they go out there. They have a fake gravestone. Him and his wife go pose there. That George Stark is now dead. Um, and immediately after all this, like that they killed George Stark, the pen name. Murders start happening, and they seem to tie to Thad, like his I guess they weren't doing DNA testing, but was like fingerprints matched. The description kind of matches.
It's all people connected to him.
Yeah, it's all especially all people connected to him in regards to this thing that happened, where they were killing George Stark off. And I think the opening of this lays like, and I didn't know the kind of like the overall narrative. I thought it did lay like a cool idea of maybe like Jekyll and Hyde, where
Yeah,
he's losing his
yeah,
mind, right? Like,
exactly, dude.
and
Exactly.
so he's like killing people because they do like, oh well, you
You were in New York,
you
and
were in New
someone in New
York,
York
but
died. Like,
yeah, like right after you left or right around when you left, like, I mean, and you weren't meeting with anybody during that time. You were supposedly in New York, but that doesn't mean you couldn't have driven this car and killed this other guy. So like there's like some neat things there. It's more it's there's more Stephen King to it than like this Jekyll Hyde thing though, because George Stark, this imaginary pen name, has actually come to life, and it is because of it's I think it's hysterical and I love it. It is Thad when he was conceived, uh he was conceived as twins. Like there were twins in the womb, and in the womb he ate his twin. This happens. This is a real thing
yes,
that
yes.
happens.
I do like that
Uh
it's based on a like. I think that's neat. Like, yeah.
so like they have this kind of I don't know, like the fetus was kind of like evolving out, like it was growing, but it has grown inside Thad's
Yeah.
head,
It's
and
basically a
they've
tumor
removed
in
it
his
as a kid.
head.
Yeah, so
But it
they've
has like
removed.
eyes and
Yeah,
but this
it's
happens.
it's
They'll
so
find
good.
teeth. They'll find
Yep.
teeth in people's head. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're like, oh, like this is, you know, it doesn't
But
have a
they
soul. It's
the
not
parents
anything.
bury it, and it's at the
Yep.
plot where they do the fake publicity.
And so George Stark, hit the pen name, has embodied the remains of Thad's twin. So basically, like a twin of Thad is out there killing people as George Stark. Like they have taken on the personality of this hard-boiled writer from the South, like, and he's goes on a killing spree while the police just suspect Thad as the killer. And we
Fucking
get
Michael Rooker's just staring at Timothy Hunt in this whole
yep,
movie, like, you fucking did this, right?
yeah,
Like,
it's like you're a fucker, man. Like it's like why? And it's like that's what the kind of funny thing is. Like he won't lock him up though. Like I don't like
I don't.
arrest him, man. Like just arrest him. And if the murders keep happening,
Then I thought the
yeah,
same thing. I thought the same thing. Like, you put this guy, lock this guy up for 24 hours. If another murder happens, then it wasn't him. But he
right.
just gives this guy the benefit of the doubt over and over and over. It's so funny.
And so like Thad understands what he thinks he understands what's happening. He's like, I think that my creation has I think my alternate persona, because his wife does say when you write as George, like your personality changes. Uh, you're meaner, you drink, like there's a whole bunch of different shifts. And as Thad, he is sober. And his wife actually mentions this at some point in the movie. Like, yeah, Thad hasn't drank in 3 years. George drinks though. So George is a drunk, a mean drunk. He's also a serial killer that is killing all these people related to Thad, and um, it, it ultimately ends with a showdown, which is a little ridiculous in this house.
Right off.
Yeah, and they sit down to write together,
So
and
ridiculous.
it is. I kind of like it though, where he's writing, like Thad is writing, and you see George like deteriorating in front of you,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's like, why don't you try it, George? And George's like, I'm scared. He's like, man, you just gotta do it. And then George starts writing, and you
He's
see
flowing.
Thad start deteriorating.
Yeah.
Like I thought there were some cool like effects there. Romero does some neat things with what's basically a pretty simplistic kind of story, right? Like he's doing some
It's
good
very
effects.
having a write-off is very uncinematic. Like,
Oh yeah,
oh, we're gonna have some two guys write against each other at a desk. Like, it's
and
okay.
we can't even read what they're writing either. It's just like
Yeah.
chicken scratch. Um, yeah. So Thad ultimately is able to overcome George. George gets taken by the crows or the sparrows or whatever. There's some birds that show up. Uh, that is a subplot that is kind of set up.
Sparrows.
It's set up in the beginning of the movie that this like thing in his head was causing him to hear birds, and also the birds actually did show up like
Yeah.
twice. They show up when they have the surgery, take the pieces out of his head, and they show up to take George away. And I thought that was a cool sequence too. This was 1993, and they have these like birds attacking George Stark
Yeah.
and just picking the pieces of flesh off him.
It was
And
the one good kill.
yeah, there's no
Like,
really good kills because they're kind of all off to the side. But
it's all knife slitting. Like, he walks around with a straight blade and like,
yeah,
slit someone's neck. But and I was like, it is one of my big complaints to the movie is like there's just not good kills and stuff. But like the end was pretty awesome, dude. When these birds are ripping apart, like you get really cool practical effects, and then he's turning into like a Jason the Argonaut skeleton as the birds are
Yeah,
picking him
it's
away.
so good.
That's pretty good.
But yeah, it's a pretty simplistic story. It does take a little bit longer than the Dead Zone. It clocks in at almost a little over 2 hours long. I think it's like 121 minutes or so. I ultimately liked it. Jeff, where did you end up with it?
I don't hate it, but it's like it is Stephen King so far up his own ass. Like
Absolutely.
more than like anything. And it's like I think about as far as you to get up your own ass was The Shining. Like it's too like I can appreciate it as someone who used to write and was like considered myself a creative person where like I get what he's going for, but it's also like too inside baseball. Like I could see why it was not a hit. Oh, your inner self and your outer self, and you know what I mean. There's these two people inside you, and like if you don't feed, like if you don't let like the dark side in your stories, then it's gonna come out in the real. It's just so on the nose.
It is.
But I think my problem with this movie is it just feels too long. Like it's just we get the explanation of that so many times, like 5 or 6 times throughout the movie. We get the explanation of like what is going on.
Yeah, we could have cut like maybe 2 of them.
Yes,
like, we don't need it. We don't need it to drag on. We don't need him explaining to Michael Rooker, "No, man, really, you got to believe me. It's my alter ego that
Yeah.
has manifested somehow."
And like there's things I like about it. I like the cast. I think Timothy Hutton is actually pretty good in this. I love Michael Rooker. Also, I did not realize that was Amy Madigan. I saw her in the credits, but I did not realize who she was. But yeah, it's too long. There's no good kills until the very end when the bad guy gets killed. And yeah, just kind of Stephen King ruminating on himself a little too much.
Oh yeah, this is definitely him like lamenting the fact that he let Bachman go.
Yeah. It's just too it's too of him inside his own head. And then the Romero's directing is fine. There are actually parts that I thought the lighting was cool. Like it had super saturated lighting at points where like there's one kill where George Stark is going after someone that's like really red lit. And it reminded me of the lighting that George Romero did on Creepshow, which was kind of more appropriate there because he was trying to do like these big comic booky things. But yeah, like overall, like I thought it was okay, but it really felt like one of Stephen King's 90s miniseries, but stuffed into a movie. And yeah, like I didn't hate watching it, but I was getting kind of bored as it went on because I just like, oh man, like this is just like every Stephen King trope into one here, and we're not getting any good kills. So I get like a 5.5. Like it's not essential Stephen King adaptation. If you haven't seen it, check it out, sure. But like, if you saw it back in the day, I would not say like you need to revisit it. Like, there's better versions of this. I don't know. Writers like to do this shit too, by the way. Like Dean Koontz has a book like it's called like Mr. Murder or something. Like, oh, we're so dark. I get it, dude.
Yeah,
I fucking get it.
I mean, and this is something King like revisits multiple times in multiple stories too. So this isn't the only time he kind of like broaches being a writer, the darkness of writing.
I just think he approaches that better. I've never read The Shining, but I've seen like both adaptations. Like I just think that's better. It's far less inside baseball about writing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you get what I'm saying. Like, if that makes any sense? Like,
yeah.
Like, I get
Eh,
it. Writing's an outlet to let your dark impulses come out, but like, it's just a thing that works better in The Shining. Like, I don't know. Like,
Sure. I mean, I would not say this is better than The Shining by any stretch.
no.
I think I enjoyed it slightly more than you. I had fun with it. I wish that it had been the Jekyll and Hyde thing instead of
Yes, that's
the
so much better
the
than making it
manifestation.
literal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it actually is like a manifestation of your alter ego, not you not realizing that you're doing this.
Here's the funny thing. So we're watching it, okay? And I've seen the movie before, but I saw it when it first came out, so I don't remember, right? And my wife goes, "Oh, that baby, you know what it is? The doctors and the scientists like kept that like the tumor and they raised it." And so I was like, "No." I was like,
She was
"What it
closer.
is." I know. Yeah, she was closer. Basically what I'm getting to is she was closer than me because I was like, "No, what it is he lost that outlet to like let that, and so now he's doing it." I go, "That's what it is. He's the one that's doing it." And she ended up being more right than me that it was
Yeah,
a
no,
physical
she just
manifestation. Yeah.
yeah. From the baby that it
Yeah,
ate.
little tumors.
It's hysterical. Um yeah, I ultimately liked it. I did like kind of like the crime noir you know,
Yeah.
whenever George Stark was around, like that's kind of how it feels like is and like
You
I
know what he
wish
reminded me of?
what's
He
that?
reminded me of the dude in Twin Peaks: The Return, Kyle MacLachlan. Like
Yeah, yeah.
he reminded me a lot of that.
Yeah, the evil
All
version
in
of him.
black.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, that's exactly it, right? Like there's the good guy version and then this alternate version
Yeah.
that out there killing people. Um I had a good time with it. Yeah, much like you, I don't think that it is like must watch, but um I and I wonder if I had read the book if I've been like, yeah, don't like this one either. Like
I don't think I would like the book for this. I just think it's just too
it's
familiar
too
to me.
much.
Like
And
I've read too many stories like this. Yeah.
it is he wrote this in 1989, so it is like right.
The height of cocaine.
Yep, it is Cocaine Steve. Um, and this were some of his like most like outlandish, but also kind of like where he's self-indulgent with a lot of it.
Tommy knockers.
Yeah, so it's like that era of him, which is not considered his best writing period. So
Yeah.
I liked it. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10, which means we are split
We're at an impasse.
on this. Jeff, did we do a poll by chance?
I did not. I thought about doing it like yesterday, but I was like, there's not enough time. Not to be anyone that responds. So I don't know. I guess it's a split decision.
Well, we'll go by score. You gave the Dead Zone a 7, and I gave it a 5, and I gave the Dark Half a 6, and you gave it a 5.5. So we'll side the Dead Zone this one.
Got
Slightly
more
more points.
points.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Jeff, what are we watching for April?
So it's been the last Friday the 13th movie came out in 2009. It has been way too long.
Yes.
So desperate times call for desperate measures. We're going to watch 2 fan films.
Okay.
Never Hike Alone and Never Hike Alone 2.
Never Hike Alone 1 and 2. Where can we watch these, Jeff?
I believe they're both on YouTube. If they're not,
Okay.
I'll fucking switch it up. But I did check about a month ago and they were both on there. Widely regarded as like really great, really great like fan films of about as good as you could hope for, not being official. And also, I believe Tom Matthews is in them, which is like he played Tommy Jarvis in Jason Lives. So I guess Tommy Jarvis is back in them. Hey, we're going outside the box yet again, and I've always wanted to check these movies out, but now I'm like forcing myself to do it.
All
They're
right.
both short. They're both short, Chris. I think they're both like an hour long. So
Oh, that's not bad.
yeah,
And
see
they
where we can go.
are fan made Friday the 13th movies.
Yeah, but somehow he got like actual actors from. I mean, not somehow. I don't think Tom Matthews is waiting for a call from fucking The Pit to do an episode. So I think he was available.
Yes. So I just checked. These are both available on YouTube. Never Hike Alone is under an hour, and Never Hike Alone 2 is a little over an hour. So, all
Cool.
right. So we're not hiking alone next
We've
time out.
reached fan films.